In a village in the region of La Mancha, whose name I don't care to remember, there lived not so long ago one of those gentlemen who keeps a lance in the rack, an old shield, a lean horse, and a swift hound. Gaunt and wizened, an early riser and a lover of the hunt. They say his name was Don Quixote de la Mancha, who spent his days reading books of knight-errantry, which he loved and enjoyed so much that he completely lost it. All the fantasies in those books became such an obsession that he thought of nothing else but jewels, enchantments, battles, and impossible love. Until the day came when he had the most extravagant notion of all, to call himself a knight-errant and go in search of grand adventures, just like all the heroes in his books.
Who cares anyhow? It's always the same old yarn.
What are you saying? I mean, the book says very clearly.
Look, pal, why should I bother with some old book when I was there to see it for myself?
You mean you're Rufio, Sancho's donkey?
Hold it right there. The only talking donkey I know is a friend of mine who hangs out with some greener ogre. I'm a horse. And it's about time the world knew the truth. It all began quite some time ago, after we got back from that first adventure. Quixote, Sancho, Rocinante, and yours truly.
It stinks of donkey around here.
So where do you think you're going, donkey?
This road is for horses only.
So what's this pig doing here then?
Are you blind? Can't you see what a wonderful steed he is?
I wasn't talking to you. One day I'll be a great horse, and I'll do all kinds of important stuff. You'll see. And no one will humiliate me ever again. At last I'm here. Sancho lives in this house with his wife Teresa and some other long-standing tenant. Bachelor Carrasco has arranged to meet Sancho, probably to speak to him of a new adventure. He wasn't very specific, and if we want to find out more, we'll have to wait until we speak to him. Maybe it's something to do with the challenge of the night of the half moon. Imagine taking part in a great jousting tournament, like a dream come true.
And what's wrong with this? 10 years and still like new. Like a glove, too. Hey, my friend, where would we be without you?
And you're not taking that broken-down donkey. Take the new horse.
Just our way of showing affection.
Now he has to convince Rocinante to embark on the adventure of the tournament. Rocinante was not going to come of his own accord unless we first convinced him, as adventures terrify him. Indeed, he was never a very valiant horse. The truth is not at all valiant. He is doubtless hidden away in the furthest corner of the stables to avoid going with us. If we wanted to find more fake Quixotes, the town of El Toboso was our next step. Although they didn't let animals inside, I had to watch over Sancho closely. Something told me he was going to need me. El Toboso was famous for having the greatest concentration of knights-errant and a few other odd characters.
Excuse me? Excuse me? Would you like to be an authentic knight-errant? Build your own armour in easy instalments. Windmill or giant? Check for yourselves with today's special offer.
For sure it is...
Horrible.
magnificent.
Or buy here your own copy of Don Quixote.
So that of the book was true.
You absolutely have to own a copy and pretend to have read it if you want to be anyone round here. A bargain at 10 euro crowns.
But I am Don Quixote.
Of course you are. They all are. €8 crowns?
What are they doing here?
Paid to see the fair Dulcinea before the duel, of course. €5 crowns?
Can this be possible?
So who's written it?
Miguel de Cervantes. There's this great bit about how Sancho found Dulcinea and...
Okay, I'll take it. But there are those pages about Sancho and Dulcinea.
This, by the sacred laws of chivalry, home to the peerless Dulcinea?
We had vanquished once again, and we were nearing our objective. On leaving El Toboso, we received an invitation from a Duke and Duchess to go to their castle with a promise that they would finance our participation in the tournament, apart from introducing us to our next adversary. But there were things at the castle that made them uneasy. The Duke and Duchess were acting suspiciously. They make a gift to Sancho of distant lands for being Don Quixote's faithful squire. They insist he should leave immediately to visit his new territory.
How can this be the Isle of Beretaria? It hasn't got water around it.
How did you figure that all out by yourself? Or did the donkey help?
Thanks for your help, guys, but I'm heading back to the castle. Quixote needs me, and I don't think I'd be much of a governor anyhow. What do I owe you?
You're not going back any place.
I'm a free man. I'll do what I want.
No, you won't.
It all turns out to be a ruse of Sinister's to capture Sancho and thus prevent us from taking part in the battle. I managed to escape, but they took Sancho away to the dungeons. I had to free Sancho and go to the aid of Don Quixote as fast as I could.
With that idiot Sancho out of action and Quixote shut up in the castle, they will never reach Barcelona and win the battle.
Sinister didn't know we were going back to the castle to rescue Don Quixote. Sinister had caused us considerable problems, but we could still reach Barcelona in time. However, Sinister had stolen Quixote's armor, and without it, we couldn't compete. While we were investigating where our armor could be, we saw some rounds of the tournament. We also got a close look at some great knights who had come to the tournament. With Knight Dorado out of action, we could relax a little and enjoy the city. We still had to see how we paid to register. The Duke's soldiers had taken all our money. Maybe we could find a market to do some bartering and get the entrance fee. Despite the trick the sinister man played on us, we got away unscathed and arrived at Bachelor Carrasco's house safe and well.
I, Knight of the Crescent Moon, having learned of the adventures of the knight-errant Don Quixote, do challenge him to a duel in Barcelona this full moon. If I should win, Quixote will hand over his arms and renounce Dulcinea forever. But if Quixote be the winner, I promise to reveal the true identity of Dulcinea and will give her all my treasures and possessions.
Sancho didn't expect to meet Quixote at Bachelor Carrasco's house, as they weren't on the best of terms after the last adventure. We should leave our quarrels behind if we want to win the tournament. Our next step was to begin training. We had to eliminate all the fake Quixotes and show who the real Don Quixote was. Our first opponent was waiting for us at the entrance to El Toboso. It wouldn't be too hard to beat him, but we shouldn't be overconfident. Finally, we managed to get into Dulcinea's shop, but things didn't work out as Quixote had hoped.
If it's her, just give me a sign. Is it really you, beautiful lady, queen of my days and
Move
princess
back.
of my nights? Well?
How should I know? I can't see her face.
Move back to the line, pendejo.
Are you crazy?
Well, technically, yes.
Could you possibly draw that curtain back a little, my friend?
I will to count to 5. 1, 2...
You dare challenge me?
3, 4, 5.
What's wrong with that piece of junk?
Well, according to the legend, the soul of the Knight Esplandian lives inside this armor.
And is there room in there for the two of you?
Allow me to express my sorrow for all of this. See how my heart beats in torment. Oh, my beloved one, I always will...
Perhaps you were going a bit too fast for her.
Quixote was still recovering from the loss of his suspicious Dulcinea, but we have to rearm ourselves and focus on our objectives if we are to face the Night of the Half Moon at the Grand Duel in Barcelona. The next opponent was not going to be as easy as the last. From the knight's appearance, it was clear the task would not be easy. He was really scary. But we hadn't come this far to give up now. If he was going to win, we were still going to put up a fight. Finally, after all our problems, there we were at the great tournament, ready to take on the dreaded Night of the Half Moon. Now, I was scared to death, but I couldn't fail Quixote now and lose out on my chance to become a great horse.
You win. I'm mad about Dulcinea, but she deserves the best and bravest of knights. I must renounce my love for the sake of a purer love and what is best for her.
Renounce? Only the true Quixote would take honor and courage so far. Only Quixote would renounce love for the sake of true, pure love, which is why you are the winner, the best among knights.
For I am Dulcinea. Much like you, I had to know if Quixote was real or just a figment of my imagination. So I set all this up.
Can it be possible? Is this the... is this by the glory of the sacred laws of chivalry?
Cut the crap. Yeah, whoopee!
Bravo, congratulations and all that. Now, what about the treasure?
Treasure? You know how much it cost to organize this?
You made it! It was nothing. But you're a horse, a real horse.
A horse? And of the best of breeds.
A percheron, no less.
Okay, enough flattery. Make way, give them some room. Everybody back!
Sancho! Hasta la vista! We'll be together again soon, my friend!
Just don't come back without the rent.
Everything under control.
Why does your friend want a lion?
You haven't met his wife.
And this, my friends, is the true story of Don Quixote. Sancho returned home happily to Teresa, and Rocinante went back to his dear dusty barn to care for his beloved hens.
For taking care of Don Quixote.
Did you see that? It's no surprise Quixote lived happily ever after with that adorable creature. Of course. I stayed with him too. I don't get paid much. But he does understand me.